Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Good morning viewers. We are going to see about the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit, which is going to take place on April 12th, 2022, where Rahu moves from Taurus to Aries and Ketu moves from Scorpio to Libra. As you know, the Rahu Ketu moves in the anti-clockwise direction. Now we will be seeing for each and every zodiac sign the effect of Rahu Ketu transit for the next 1.5 years. So this transit takes place on April 12th and Rahu will stay there till October 2023. So this 1.5 years, Rahu will be placed in Aries and Ketu will be placed in Libra. So people might think they'll give a lot of ill effects. Some people might think it will give good effects. But one has to understand that the Rahu Ketu transit, the Saturn transit or the yearly transit, all this will have effects up to 15 to 20%. Basically, the individual horoscope having the current Mahadasa and Antardasa will have the maximum effect, that is up to 80%. So one need not have to worry about all these transits. Also, some people might say that I am in Aries, so when Rahu comes to Aries, then it will give me a lot of problem. Some may think that okay, in Libra, Ketu comes, so it will give me a lot of good things. Actually, one has to understand that each and every person will be there under a particular nakshatra, and in that nakshatra it will be a particular nakshatra path. So when you calculate about a zodiac sign, the total number of nakshatras, it will have 3 nakshatras, and totally 9 nakshatra padas will be there in a particular zodiac sign. When you consider the total Rahu Ketu period, transit period of 18 months on a particular transit period, so if you divide that 18 months by 9 nakshatra padas, each nakshatra pada will have a duration of 2 months. So the ill effect or the good effect will have impact only up to 2 months, when actually the Rahu Ketu moves on to the particular nakshatra pada. So there is no need to worry about all these transit of Rahu Ketu and at the same time, when Rahu or Ketu is associated with a positive planets like Jupiter, Venus or rising moon, etc., then there won't be any much difficulties. But at the same time, if Rahu or Ketu is associated or aspected by evil planets like Saturn or Mars, then they may have some bad effects also. Depends upon the particular person's horoscope. If the person is having a very good Mahadasa and Antardasa running, he may not have much bad effects. But at the same time, if a person is not having a proper Mahadasa and Antardasa running, then they may have some ill effects also. We will be seeing for each and every zodiac sign there will be a separate video. If you are new to this channel, keep it subscribed so that you will get all my updates instantly. Now let us see on the day of the transit Rahu Ketu, what are all the planetary positions and the general prediction. On April 12th, 2022, around 1:48 p.m, you can see the Rahu transit takes place, where Rahu moves from Taurus to Aries. As per the Kala Purusha Tattva, it is the first house, and Ketu moves from Scorpio to Libra, which is the 7th house as per the Kala Purusha Tattva. When you see on the day 1, that the moment the Rahu Ketu transit takes place, Rahu moves to the first house, where the lord of the first house, Mars, is very strong at the 11th house of Rahu. So we can say that a lot of good things can happen during this year. Rahu and Ketu will work in a way that it occupies the house, and it will do the duties of the like a house owner of that particular zodiac sign. So it will take the responsibility of the house, of the lord of the house, and it will react to that way. And secondly, it will also give effects based on the nakshatra it is traveling. So you have to see both the things. That is, the first priority is given to the house, and the second priority given to the nakshatra it works. Now in the first house, as you see, Mars is very strong. It is associated with the positive planets like Venus as well as Jupiter. As we generally say, the first impression is always a best impression. So during this particular Rahu Ketu period, it looks very much positive. So a lot of positive things can happen this year. There may be good land reforms may introduced, and there will be a lot of changes in the buying and selling of land. So we can expect a lot of improvements in buying and selling of land, and there will be good movement in the construction field. A lot of people may get good opportunities in the construction field. Also in medicinal field there will be good improvements. A lot of good medicines may come, and there will be a demand for the doctors, and some of the doctors may get good names and fame during this particular year. Also, as we have seen in this 2022 New Year, which is more predominantly for the women. So Ketu moves on the 7th house, and the Lord of 7th house Venus is also associated in the 11th house. So which seems to be highly profitable. So we can expect a lot of good things happening for the women. So a lot of good women entrepreneurs may come up this year. A lot of good opportunities in the film industries for the youngsters, especially for the women artists. So we can see a lot of good actors coming out, being good singers, good painters, dancers. So a lot of good things can happen for the women, working women also. During the day, when the Rahu Ketu transit takes place, the star seems to be Maha, and the zodiac sign being Leo, and 9th house where Rahu stays when compared from the zodiac sign. So it will have some effects, ill effects for the traditional people who believe in spirituality. There may be some conflicts, there may be some tough time for them. So there are days where the temples may be closed, and they may not be allowed to worship, and they may not be allowed to practice certain rituals like that. So they may face certain problems on that particular area. But as you see, the land seems to be more strong this particular year. Lot of discoveries may happen during this year, so a lot of good things can take place, and there may be more discoveries, there may be more findings about our ancient history. So a lot of things we can expect during this year, as Mars is very strong when the Rahu Ketu transit takes place. Also Rahu indicates a technology, so we can expect a lot of improvements in the technology side also. A lot of good new things can come up during the next 1.5 years. There may be good improvements also, except certain cases where there will become conflict between the life partners as well as some business associates, as Ketu is there in the strong 7th house. Whenever it is not being aspected by a positive planet, there may be some problems. Other than that, this Rahu Ketu we can expect a lot of positivity. As you see during this initial time, Rahu is associated with Mercury, as Mercury is a standalone planet, seems to be highly positive. So Rahu turns out to be more positive in that day one itself, and in Moon seems to be at Leo, and Ketu is at Libra, and Saturn being a ruler at Capricorn, and in Aquarius there is a good conjunction of planets, Venus, Mars and Jupiter, and in 12th house Pisces where Sun is there. So this is a position of planet during the Rahu Ketu transit. Now we will be seeing for each and every zodiac sign a separate video, for which the effect of Rahu Ketu as a whole on the particular house as well as for individual nakshatra will be seeing separately. Aries, the first zodiac sign as per the Kala Purusha Tattva. In the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit, Rahu comes to the first house, which being the zodiac sign, and Ketu moves to the 7th house. So far they might have faced a lot of problems when Rahu being associated with the 2nd house. They might have faced problems in their speech, their economic conditions and the family life, which is being affected a lot. By the present transit of Rahu, all such negative effects will now turn out to be positive for them. Those who are working with communication as their base can find good improvements. Some of them can settle down in their life, they can construct their own houses and live happily. The financial positions will also get improved after the transit slowly and steadily. During the time of transit, as the standalone planet Mercury makes Rahu more positive, and so we can expect lot of good and positive results for Aries. The Lord of the house Aries, Mars, which is more positive in the 11th house, so we can expect good fortunes during this period. As Mars is being associated in the 11th house with Jupiter and Venus, and so Mars turns out to be a very positive planet during this time, and as 11th house indicates wealth and money, there are good chances of getting good income during this time. Rahu represents more on technological front. We can expect doctors, engineers and lawyers get good fortunes during this time, and the success mainly depends on their hard work. They use the technology in the field and get good upliftment. Many job seekers in this zodiac sign will get good job opportunities. Those who are not employed for long can get good employment opportunities during this Rahu Ketu period. Some of the young doctors could emerge in this field, and some may run their own dispensaries. Some may get opportunities in government hospitals, as Saturn is a ruler and 10th house, and during this Rahu Ketu transit, lot of improvements in IT field and job opportunities for youngsters will come. Mars also represents for land, and so the construction business, buying and selling of land and property will improve. Some of them in this zodiac sign might buy a land, construct a own house at least by the end of the Rahu Ketu transit. Children up to 10th and 12th standard will study well during this time. They will put more efforts in learning lot of new things, and many of them show interest in arts. Some may be interested in music, dance, drama, etc. Some of the children show interest in sports like cricket, football and volleyball, and take part in school and college competitions. This could be the stepping stone for the future. As Venus is also strong during this time, the time of transit, children will show more interest in learning of arts and crafts. As per the age, Rahu and Ketu will teach everyone some lessons which might be helpful for them in future. So it is also the responsibility of the parents to identify the skills of the children and allow them to learn more on their interested subjects. Between the age group of 26 and to 40, those who are unmarried, there are chances to get married as well, as Ketu is very positive during this initial period of the transit. The negative effects of Ketu could be a delay in the marriage, differences of opinion between couples due to which some arguments could take place. Before getting into a fruitful married life, some may need to cross over the struggles too. These ill effects are due to the Saturn aspecting the house Libra where Ketu moves. There could be small understanding issues between husband and wife, but at the same time it will not grow big. It will get sorted out quickly, as during the transit both the 1st and 7th house lord are at the 11th house, and so there could be mutual benefits between both the life partners. Both men and women get good income during this time and support their family jointly in case both of them are working. At the same time, if anyone is working, then husband will get support from the wife and wife will get good support from the husband. So far Ketu being at 8th house, which is good for spiritual life, and after this transit some may get good friends in spiritual field. Some of them could find their long awaited gurus also. During this time they get spiritual blessings from their gurus. Some of them could find their family god in this time. There could be good improvements in business front, especially in medicine field, construction field. Those who are selling sand, stones for constructions including cements can get good fortunes. There could be discoveries from the earth. Mines and precious stones could be found out and sold at good prices. Whenever Rahu is not associated with positive planets like Jupiter and Venus, or not being associated by them, there could be health related issues. Some may face troubles in their eyes, nose, teeth. Some may get frequent headaches, migraines, etc. Aged people above 70 plus may find problems in the sight, hearing problems due to the presence of Rahu in zodiac sign. Middle-aged group between 40 to 70 will settle down in their life. They could buy their own house, buy vehicles and enjoy their life. Considering all the planetary positions, we can say up 75 to 85% positive results for Aries. For Aries, Ashwini, Bharani and Kritika Pada of one nakshatras form the cluster of Aries zodiac sign. Rahu first travels on the Kritika star Pada 1. Then on Bharani nakshatra, the star Pada 4, 3, 2 and 1 followed by Ashwini star Pada 4, 3, 2. This is the way Rahu will travel. So for Kritika star, for the first 3 months it seems to be very tough, as Rahu itself travels on the star, so they may face some stress and heat related problems. But at the same time, as Mercury is also associated with Rahu, the negative impacts, the negative effects will not be much. From April 16, as the Sun gets associated with the Aries, during this time politicians will face very tough time. Leaders in politics find challenging time. Those working at senior level in companies will also face some challenges. Some of them may face stress and heat related problems. After Rahu moves away from Kritika star, it travels on the Bharani star of Venus. During that time, Venus will have exalted and many of them find opportunities to travel abroad. Some of them may travel abroad for tours, some of them for studies. Some of them could earn foreign currencies out of their hard work. Some may get opportunities to get foreign life partners also and settle down. Some may enter into a partnership business where the other partner could be from a foreign country. Those who are aged above 70, there are chances to visit foreign places where their children stay. Those who are working in film industry can get more opportunities. They may get chances to travel foreign countries for the shooting. Some new technologies could be introduced in the film industries which will get good success also. Those who are working as a background artist could get some good name and fame during this period. And Rahu travels on the Ashwini star and the last 8 months, which is the Ketu star, and Ketu being associated in the 7th house, there will be problems between husband and wife. There could be conflicts between the life partners as well as the business partners also. Whenever Rahu and Ketu is getting associated with the positive planets or being aspected by positive planets, such time there could be good positive effects where the husband and wife will have good support. The husband may get support from the wife and the wife may get support from the husband. So those who are in this particular zodiac sign, they can get good support from their life partners. Even the separated couples, those who are divorced, there are chances they may get reunited also. Some of the divorcee may get an opportunity to remarriage also. So these are some of the positivity. At the same time, when the Rahu and Ketu is not associated or aspected by any positive planets, they may find some tough and challenging times. So we can say for Aries, the Rahu Ketu transit from April 2022 to till October 2023, there will be no much bad effects. Employees and workers can get good incentives and increments during this period. Children might study well and get their dream schools and colleges. Learning and adapting to new technologies in the day-to-day life will be more effective for them. Some of them may enter into new application developments, and the model developments in mobiles could also take place. For Aries, there will be a general effect of 75 to 85% positive results, especially for the star Kritika Pada 1. They can get up to 75%, followed by the Ashwini star 80%, followed by the Bharani star 85% positive result during this Rahu Ketu transit.